I'm Johan Ewing, and I'm a partner in the film and TV team at Lee & Thompson LLP, law firm. Yeah, my interest in film specifically, but also TV, it goes back quite a long way. My first, well, I had a paper round, but my first proper job was in a cinema. I loved it, and kind of being close to the industry. But even when I went into law, I was very clear that I wanted to go to entertainment and ideally film and TV. So I work primarily for producers and also financiers who make film and TV in the independent space, either in the UK or with one foot in the UK. Everything from a kind of BFI, Film for BBC, Creative Scotland backed indie being produced in the UK, to a commission by someone like Netflix or Amazon. We will do very much the strict legal work of getting the paperwork in place for all of the key and supporting agreements to make that happen. We also advise a lot commercially and strategically where appropriate for our clients to help structure production, financing, set up arrangements to try and both protect people but also maximise the potential of a kind of given production for them. Some of the interactions we commonly have with production accountants, you find pre-close, most of it relates to finance plan or more budget related or cash flow related points, and that is getting everything in a shape that works for everyone. Some producers will handle it themselves, some will bring the production accountant in directly to comment on it as part of a document or chain or thread. In post, it's probably a bit less common to do too much with a production accountant. It's normally, we'll get involved if there's a major shift in providers, if there's some sort of error, or if there's some sort of material change, if there's like additional funding coming in or something like that moves things around. But less common in post-production, more in prep, structuring prep and production. There are common pitfalls that production accountants are either involved with or could help mitigate. Things that come to mind are elements underpinning the finance plan, like currency, borrowing, having confidence between the funding that is coming in and the currencies it is in versus the currencies it's going to be spent in. That is something that quite often comes up. I think confidence is definitely a good thing for a production accountant to have. Strangely, I'd say being confident in both what you know and what you don't know, because I think it's better to put your hand up and ask questions, and I think where you are able to answer confidently, where you are able to spot problems before they occur, is obviously really helpful. And it doesn't necessarily need to be assertive. So production accountants on independent film are in, I imagine, quite a unique place for accountants. You don't have a support system around you in this way that you would working for a company. So I think developing key relationships, particularly with a producer, is almost certainly going to stand you in good stead. And what you do find is once you start building those relationships, the same people pop up again and again. And you start building an ongoing relationship, an ongoing familiarity, and those ongoing relationships, I think, are a really, for me anyway, they're a really rewarding part of working in the industry, and particularly in independent film, because it is the people are such an important part of it.